What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and with the introduction of Title Update 16.1 just a few days ago, we saw a really nice change to the Striker's gear set. Therefore, today, I wanted to share with you one of my favorite ways to run with this build, and the reason I say one of my favorite ways is there are so many different ways to run with a build like this. I'm not saying it's the only way or the best way. Some of you may have certain gear, some of you may have different things, so I wanted to highlight this version today. Now, if you happen to enjoy this video, do me a favor and take a quick second and hit that like button. We have a 300 like goal in every video we put out moving forward. I started doing that yesterday. We absolutely crushed it, so thank you so much for the support. And as always, feel free to subscribe or join as well. And we do have giveaways here, but I will go over that at the end of the video. And one thing I want to make sure I mention really quick is that I've put together a fundraiser for the Humane Society to help out animals in shelters that were affected by Hurricane Ian, which has now been downgraded to a tropical storm, but obviously there's been a ton of damage. And I'm going to leave a link to a GoFundMe page where all the proceeds go to the Humane Society, so if agents, you can help out in any way whatsoever, I would greatly appreciate it. With that being said, my friends, thank you all for your amazing support. Let's jump right into the build breakdown. Starting with the specialization, I'm using Technician, and the primary reason for that is so I can use that linked laser pointer, which is going to pulse every single enemy I target because of my weapons, both my primary and my secondary. And always remember, you have to have the rifle selected as one of those weapons in order to have access to the linked laser pointer. Now that means I'm going to have my assault rifle and my shotgun as the other two that are equipped, so again, make sure you do equip the proper weapons so you're always getting that weapon damage bonus. As far as my primary and secondary weapons go, for my primary I'm using the ACS-12 shotgun, and the reason I prefer this over the rock and roll is because yes, with the rock and roll you do have more ammo in the clip, but with the ACS-12 you can throw a talent on there. I've chosen Flatline, which amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies, and remember, because we have the linked laser pointer equipped, we are pulsing every single enemy we target. We don't need to worry about anything but aiming down the barrel. The same thing holds true for the Kingbreaker. You're going to pulse every single enemy you target because of that linked laser pointer. This has the talent Perfect Flatline, which amplifies weapon damage to pulsed enemies by 20%. I have the Liberty as my sidearm, but I really don't use it that often with this build. Moving on to the gear itself, you can see I'm running 4 Strikers, the Picaro's holster, and 1 Overlord. Starting off with the mask, it's the first piece of Striker, and we're running 4 so we get all of the gear set bonuses. You can see a 2-piece is 15% weapon handling, 3-piece is 15% rate of fire, and 4-piece is Striker's Gamble. Weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. 1 stack is lost per second between 0 and 50 stacks, 2 stacks lost per second between 50 and 100. And all of these pieces of gear, I'm trying to stack crit hit damage and crit hit chance everywhere I can. Moving on to the body armor. Now for this version of the build, I've chosen to use the Striker's armor, and because of that, it gives me the talent Press the Advantage, which increases max stacks for Striker's Gamble from 100 to 200, 3 stacks lost per second between 100 and 200 stacks. And again, when it comes to a build like this, you do have a lot of options when it comes to the body armor, and we'll go over a few at the end of the video as well. Now for the holster, I've chosen the Picaro's holster because of that 15% weapon damage bonus, and once we can re-roll that core attribute to weapon damage, I'm going to do that as well. Next, my friends, we have the knee pads, and I've chosen to use Fox's Prayer, first of all, for that 8% damage to targets out of cover, and as you can see, I've re-rolled the core attribute to armor because with a build like this, I'm not getting that much armor on kill, so I like to be sitting at about 1.3 million base armor. Now moving on to the gloves. Another piece of Striker, again, trying to stack crit hit chance and crit hit damage. With the backpack, I'm using Striker as well, and with that, it gives us the talent Risk Management, which increases total weapon damage gain per stack of Striker's Gamble from 0.65% to 1%. And finally, we make our way to the skills. I'm using my 2 favorite, which happen to be the Crusader Shield and the Assault Drone, but use what you want here, whatever you're more comfortable with. That's really all that matters because it's going to be dependent on your gameplay. We'll make our way to the stats real quick. Now for me, right now you can see I'm sitting at 45% crit hit chance. I'm sitting at 92% crit hit damage. Now obviously those numbers can be improved. However, this is just the best gear that I have right now, so as always, I'm going to be farming for better stuff and continue to make stronger builds. Now, as I said a moment ago in the video, there are so many different ways to run with a build like this. I have a version where I'm running the closer on the chest, so I have the talent Perfect Spotter. I'm using the Memento backpack, so there are so many different variations. Again, this is just one version, so try out different things and make a build your own. Most of you know that one of my favorite aspects about putting these build videos together is the family that we have here at the channel. So as always, if you have any tips or tricks you want to pass along to new and returning players, please let me know, as the main goal is to help out as many people as we can. Another thing I mentioned at the beginning of the video is that we do have giveaways here. Our current one is for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced this Sunday, October 2nd. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this thing up. As always, I want to thank you all for your continued amazing support of this channel, and remind you, if you happen to enjoy this, do me a quick favor, hit that like button. You could hit that sub or join button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
The True Sons seem to be in control of the holding area. The hyenas are knocking out security cameras. Pretty smart of them.
Reinforcements en route.
Again. The holding area is just ahead.
Looks like you got True Sons reinforcements headed your way.
North or south side?
Both. Heavier concentration to the south.
With all those gates sealed, the north exit should be closer.
No more contacts. All clear.
You just recovered intel that's going to be a whole lot of help to Odessa in the short term, but to all of us in the long run. You also effectively put this hellhole out of commission.